Covering the Chennai South constituency, we have with us Dr. Jayavardhan also, who's a candidate in the fray, midst of the campaign. He's been kind enough to stop his campaign for us. Dr. Jayavardhan, thank you for joining us on India Today. How's the campaign going, sir?
You can very well see the joyous atmosphere here, because AIADMK is definitely going to win. So party cadres are with much enthusiasm. People are happy that they are going to elect an AIADMK MP.
You won before from this seat. What went wrong after that in 2019? What do you think had to be changed for this time?
2019, the major reason why we had lost that election is because we were in an alliance with BJP. The people's sentiment was anti-BJP. So that was the reason. Another reason was that DMK had continuously made false propaganda with people. They had made false promises with people. For example, loans will be waived off for students, NEET will be abolished, and a farmer's loan will be waived off. This reflected in the entire Tamil Nadu. So 1 plus 1 added to 2. These two factors were the main reason why AIADMK lost in 2019 election. Each and individual MP, for example, 2014 to 19, whatever performance I had done, it didn't really matter. The entire narrative was in a different direction.
Interesting. Who do you consider as your biggest competitor right now? Is it the DMK or is it the BJP? Is it Tamilisai Soundararajan or is it Tamilraju Thangapandian?
It's always in Tamil Nadu that AIADMK versus DMK. That is it. As our leader Purachi Talavar had said, it is good force AIADMK versus bad force DMK. National parties don't have a role, don't have a grassroots level connect with the people as such. So whether it's Congress, whether it's BJP, they don't really have a connect with the people. People are not talking about them. When people themselves are not talking, only media is talking about them. So it doesn't really reflect at the ground level and doesn't really impact the elections. So it's always AIADMK versus DMK here. And definitely this time AIADMK will win because of the anti-people stance by the DMK government. Price rise has increased. People are unable to run their family. At the end of the month, their savings is all being robbed. EB price has been hiked. So, the milk prices have been hiked. People are angry at this present DMK government. So definitely that will reflect.
The current MP, Tamilraju Thangapandian, how would you see her performance really?
I have been continuously addressing in social media. Way before, 1.5 months before, I created an hashtag. Timuka Nadalamandra Urupinar Nam Tenchennai Thogudhikkum Makkalukkum Seitha Thurogangal. It means what she didn't do for the constituency, how she betrayed the people of South Chennai as such. I recorded around 12 to 14 videos on key issues, Pallikarnai Marshlands, CMRL, MRTS, where her role in all of these things was she didn't do anything for the constituency with regard to these matters. Infrastructure facility. I'll tell you one example. MRTS, the Vallacheri to St. Thomas Mount, that rail line. Land acquisition problem, 2007 onwards it was pending because of it was in the High Court. So during my tenure, I finished off the entire land acquisition problem. And then the project was supposed to be started. But DMK MP didn't do anything in this regard. What had happened is that 18 months the project should have completed, but it's been 5 years. She didn't complete the project. CMRL for entire traffic management in South Chennai, especially OMR Road. If you step into OMR Road, you can't come out of it after if you move just 10 kilometers, it will take around 1.5 to 2 hours. For that, I made sure that I raised the issue in Parliament. CMRL Phase 1 was there. CMRL Phase 2 covering the entire OMR stretch was there. I was able to get funds from nodal agency, from funding agencies. But DMK MP, when she came back, when she came in 2019, the central government didn't release its share of funds of around 4,500 crores. A member of Parliament should speak about it in Parliament. She didn't speak about it at all. She didn't raise the issue. She didn't meet the urban development minister. This is an entire urban area. She didn't meet the urban development minister even once during a 5-year tenure. She didn't bring anything for the smart city mission or Amrut mission. 0 rupees was got for smart city mission as such. So the entire CMRL stretch, what happened is that because central government didn't release its share of funds, what had happened is that they had reduced the entire length of the CMRL project. And also 5 stations have been taken off. So Pallikarnai Marshlands, she didn't do anything. We only the 1,200 crores of solid waste management where Pallikarnai Marshlands is there, where Perumudi dump dump yard is located. I was the one who took the initiative, and then 1,200 crores was allocated. When we initially planned, within a period of 4 years, the entire dump yard should be, cleared off. The garbage should be cleared off, and Pallikani marshland should be restored. She came in 2019. She didn't take any concrete steps in this regard. Only 30% of the garbage has been removed, and hence all, if you see Pallikani marshland, from the south, Perumbakam, water is coming. From the west, from Koilambakam, from Nanmagalam, and the adjoining villages, around 20 villages, water is coming. During the monsoon season. From the north, Valacheri, water is coming. It all comes to Pallikani marshland. When the Pallikani marshland is having dump yard as such, naturally what will happen is that the entire surrounding will be flooded. She didn't take care of solid waste management and also flood management as such. She didn't even bother about the constancy. That is why whenever she is going around, she's facing a lot of anger. People are very angry at her. They are asking her, you came 5 years before, now you are coming now and asking votes. So that is why, we can, it is clearly seen in the media also. People are continuously raising their, voices against her. Don't come into our area. That is the entire situation that is prevailing around.
I'm glad you raised the issue of rainwater and the flood crisis. You've addressed that as well, because I was going to ask you what your answer is to that entire problem of the monsoons. Every single time on OMR, places like Sholinganallur completely flooded. What do we do about that?
See, in 2015 as such, when South Chennai faced a lot of problems regarding flooding because there was extreme downpour, and Purachi Talaima was the CM during that time. So she wanted to make sure that there isn't a situation like this which should arise in the future. So she is a visionary leader. She wanted to make sure that funds are, got from the central government. So I, as a member of parliament, because my South Chennai was severely affected because of it, I took, I met Rajnath Singh sir during the time. I made sure that, funds all got through SDRF, NDRF funds. So through Smart City Mission, several, under an umbrella, we got a lot of funds, around 6,500 crores of funds. So Purachi Talaima created a plan where it's short-term, medium-term and long-term plans. Short-term plans are where, in which an area which is there, which, for a normal rain will get inundated, and then if you have to clear water, there is no other way. Around 15 to 20 days it will take. So that is all priority area. People will suffer. So that has to be reduced. So Purachi Talaima wanted to make sure that these are all short-term measures in which we can address. So that area was around 700 we found out. And then within the next year, 75% of the places should be made sure that they don't get inundated. So that is short-term measure. Medium-term measures are building, for example, if you go and see in Koilambakam, where around 20 villages in Nanmagalam and adjoining places, villages, where water is coming to the Pallikani marshland, you need a large cut and cover drain. That needs to be built in around 1.5 years. That immediately addresses so much problems. So that was constructed within 1.5 years. So within my tenure, that is all medium-term measures. Like in the same way, it holds good for several areas where we created a midterm plan. Long-term measures is where you build rainwater storm drains, and then through which Adyar Basin, Kovalam Basin, M1, M2, and then 4,500 crores was allocated for it. And then before also around 300, 400 crores was allocated. And then we are subsequently progressing it at a rapid phase. What had happened is that 2021 DMK government came into power. They said they are continuing. What happened is that 4,500 crores of contract, they said, what happened when the change of government took place? It was handed over to them. They are the ones who are going to implement it as such. Funding is the biggest problem for any project. We got the funding. What had happened is that 2023, before MIGJAM, they said that 95% of the work with regards to rainwater storm drain, around 4,500 crores, was completed. After, the floods happened and the mismanagement, people came to know about it, they said 35% of the work only has been completed. This is what they had said. Have you ever seen a government lying to the people blatantly? This is what is the government. So people are extremely angry at it. So what I will do as a member of parliament is that make sure that the rainwater storm drains are, constructed in a scientific manner. You should just not construct rainwater storm drains. You should construct it in a scientific manner so that the rainwater gets drained. And other thing is that when every water goes to Pallikani marshland as such, the Perungudi dump yard, only 30% of the garbage has been removed. 100% should be removed within a span of 1.5 years. That is my promise to the people. So when it gets removed and then when once again it is converted into a marshland, the entire water when it comes there, it doesn't cause backwater effect, and hence these areas will be protected. So this is the vision in which you have to approach it. This is the best possible way in which you can approach and make sure that these places don't suffer any flood.
I'm glad you've given us such a detailed response, because we're hoping to give those answers to the Chennaites before they go out and vote. Thank you very much, Dr. Jayavardhan. All the very best to you for your campaign as well. Thank you very much. Thank you.